Hey everyone, I'm Arier, and this is going to be the top 3 different classes and builds you can use in the PvP, at least for year 2. Now, this has changed a lot as one class becomes a little more broken than the other, so this is how it's going to look right now at the end of year 2, when all the changes are more or less done. So for year 2, the number 3 pick, the third best one you can use in PvP, is actually a bit of a surprise, because originally it was going to be the Hammer Titans, but because of how things have worked out and the slight nerf hammers got, it's surprisingly, or not so surprisingly, Stryker Titan. Specifically, you're going to want someone who has the shoulder charge one-hit kill and the Eternal Warrior granting Fist of Havoc. Because this way, all you have to do is go into a high armor, high agility. Personally, I'm waiting to get this one up to here, but as long as you have increased control and headstrong for a faster sprint, what you end up having is a Titan skater, someone who does increased control to just glide across the ground really fast. It's faster than any other running. And then because as long as you're sprinting when you start gliding, it'll count for your sprint charge, so you can glide across the ground while charging up your sprint and have a one-hit kill. And then once you've had everything set up so that those one-hit kills increase your Fist of Havoc, you have the Eternal Warrior on to get the unstoppable Fist of Havoc, which means you're just going to take so little damage, like so much armor is going to be heaped on you, that you are going to be nearly unkillable. It's possible if someone like Nova bombs on you right as you're doing it, it'll kill you, but there's not much reaction time to do that. And they'd actually have to be pure luck, because this fires off faster than Nova bomb. But the ending up principle is that you're going to be skating around the map faster than anyone with a high armor build, surprisingly. So you're going to move fast and take less damage, which means it's going to be harder to hit you, and when they do, it'll be for less. You're going to move in fast, you're going to kill someone, and then you're going to move out. And then, if you ever get into a clump, you're going to move in quickly, striker them right in the center, take them out, which is why I would advise putting down the aftermath, so that the area also becomes a no-go zone when you run out of it, covering your tracks as well. And you're just going to be causing mayhem everywhere quickly. This is a scary good build. The only problem is that it's a very up-close, very in-person build. If there's a good sniper, it will headshot you. That's the only problem with it. Now, a good sniper can headshot anyone, so there's always that. But for the most part, in PvP, this is just good because it is very aggressive, it is very in your face, and it's kind of just one of the most fun builds you can do because Titan skating is just fun. But that's my personal opinion. Now, for number 2, though, that's kind of a surprise. Now, overall, I'm going to just switch out to the different video. Okay, give it a second. Number 2, though, is going to be the Warlock. I know, I'm putting this above the Stryker Titan, but for one reason. Specifically because this is going to be the Voidwalker Warlock. Here we go. I would normally say Stryker Titan has more abilities you can use quicker and more often, with one exception. When you have the Voidwalker up, you get access to Nova Bomb, and Shatter gives you a wide spread of where the bombs go. So even if one misses, chances are the resulting explosions, which you can make bigger with Annihilate, cover such a large area that you're creating a dead zone in just a large area in front of you. It's like, okay, destroy everything in this general direction. It screws over the enemy advance, and it's useful in almost every setting you use it in. Now, you also want to add in Vortex Mastery because of the increased range of Axion Bolt Seekers. The duration of Vortex and Nova Bomb don't really matter too much because it's kind of nice if you have it, but you're not playing area control on this. Now, you want to also make sure to have Void Fang Vestments, because you'll always get at least one starting spawn of the Axion Bolt. It used to be 2, but since that was effective to all the classes, they nerfed it, so it only ever did the 1, which made it less good. But it's still good because it has a high intellect, at least this version on the reroll has high discipline for me. So you're going to be running around with these. Right now I also have it spec'd out so there's more strength. Normally I would go just maxed out on these, but trying something different. So what you're going to do is make sure to have this out. So you'll set down the Axion Bolt, and if you do a little damage to someone, and just throw this close to them, it doesn't matter if they run away and survive. That bolt will follow them, and it will do it relentlessly and aggressively for a really long time. So most people, they'll run for maybe 5-10 seconds and they'll stop, get their breath, maybe figure out where they are at. And then right when they get ready to slow down and regenerate their health, that's when the bolt hits them. It's relentless. It is insanely determined, and it has amazing tracking. You got to run for quite a while before that thing stops going away. So either you run out of the field altogether, or you die if you've taken any damage. And even then, it'll take out a shield, so if anyone's nearby you, you're going to die quicker. It's just good because of the homing abilities. And starting with a spawn is always better. What makes it great, though, is that Nova Bomb takes out everything. If you hit someone with it, they die. There is no other way around. It's like a sniper to the head. It'll kill you no matter what. A Nova Bomb, if it goes off on you, will kill you no matter what. Which means if you have a Bladedancer, they die. If you have a Stryker Titan, they die. If you have the stupid fucking Stormcallers, bad luck with them recently, they die. Every class dies to it. And if you have a clump, or if someone's dropping a bubble and they're all clumping in it, that's just overkill. Like literally, you will get 4 or 5 kills easily on that. Because it'll pop bubbles. Not many things can pop bubbles. This will. So it just is amazing. Now, in Mayhem, personally, I think this is my favorite class altogether because you could reliably get this. You could drop it often. And it's like, okay, wait 10 seconds, wait 20 seconds, wait however long it takes with this up. And any little abilities you have, or such as even the bad juju where kills will slightly charge your super, which is completely absurd, especially in Mayhem, because going off faster is just crazy. It just works down to put down everyone. This is a class that is completely artillery. You don't want to get up close. It's not bad up close because the melee is actually very good at just hitting something in a general area, and there's very little miss percentage. But overall, you're going to want to throw from a distance and try to figure out the aim. This is the artillery build. It'll fuck up everything in a generally kind of over their direction, but you have to be further away for it to be the most effective. Grenade range, Nova Bomb range, maybe generally just the absurd Grass of Malak range, which is actually kind of absurd with high stability. Seriously, it's such a freaking good god. I don't even have the best roll, but I personally run the shotgun just because occasionally someone gets close, and this puts down most things up close as well. Sometimes it's been glitchy on me and hasn't, but that's more lag, and you can't get around that. For the best one, though, I'm going to admit this. The best one is not going to be a surprise. Because the best possible build you can have in PvP is probably the most obvious. And that would be the Bladedancer. Specifically, the goddamn motherfucking Bladedancer. You have to say those exact terms though. Goddamn motherfucking Bladedancer. Hunters are bullshit in general. Night Stalker, it was close. But generally, you have to make sure that you kill them with the first hit, or that you're out of the way of fire, because there's barely a second where it goes off, and if it doesn't kill them, they can still act and run normally. And that has dicked me over so many times in groups, where there's just that little hesitation. So I die, and then my shadow shot is useless because there's no one else. It's the only reason it's not that one, because the Bladedancer, when you actually go off and use the arc blade, vanish. It makes you invisible, which is just bullshit because you're an invisible Bladedancer. I would also say Hungering Blade because it makes sure you're not going to die, and either fast twitched for a more frequent blink strike, or my personal one, Escape Artist, because if you hit someone, you go invisible. Sure, the radar will say that you're there, but just that instant of, wait, where are they? Because you're invisible, even if they see the distortion, it gives you that little hesitation, which is all you need to put in a few more hits and get the advantage. It is... Oh god, and don't even get me started on the fact that Blink is stupid on such a high agility build. They're bullshit. There is... Well, basically, to quote everyone who has ever heard that build-up sound for when a Bladedancer starts their super, oh god fucking damn it. Everyone says it who's not a Bladedancer. And sometimes other Bladedancers, when they hear another Bladedancer, will say that too. This class is stupid, and they have this thing, which means reduced arc damage, okay, that's nice, and arc grenades and arc blade recharge faster. So not only is this going to happen often, but at high, the max intellect, this buffs up even faster. And let's not even get started what happens in Mayhem. You just decide a general location and you run through them. This thing is so crazy that if you can see a Nova Bomb coming, you could use the Arc Blade to dash out of the way faster as long as you have an idea of where it's going. If you're not in the dead center, you can actually get out of the way in time by blinking out of the way and then jumping forward. I have been so annoyed by how many hunters can just get out of the way of it. So, at the same time, I'm guilty of doing it too, so hypocritical there. It's just good. And that's not even started if you just pull up this bullshit, because fucking Universal Remote. Personally, it works better on a Titan, but at the same time, fast builds are always good with it. Fucking Titans. But yeah, Bladedancers. Hunter Bladedancers are the most broken thing possible because of their super. And it doesn't hurt, though, that their grenade, skip grenade, is homing. And it's very good. If that first skip gets even close to an enemy, it will do a significant job of jumping in and then flying in at improbable angles to take them down. Now, each individual piece of it isn't a huge hit, and it's not nearly as aggressive as the Axion Bolt, but it's great to throw into a clump and just take out shields everywhere, because if you just start putting random shots in, somebody's going to die, and it has happened enough times. And not even to think about the fact that that actually does cover up the sound of the Bladedancer going off. And if you just want to cause indiscriminate mayhem to disguise what you're about to do, this works too. It's just stupid good. And again, I love Mayhem personally, but this is one of those places where, yes, even though Stryker Titans will be going off with an unstoppable fist, and even though there's going to be Nova Bombs everywhere, you're going to get this fast. And you're going to run through enemies who should not be able to kill you. You can outrace Hammer Titans, which is actually the reason they didn't make the list, because these guys are faster. There's a reason that through the entire course of this game, for every single year, hunters have always been the #1 go-to choice. By the numbers that Bungie has released, hunters are always the go-to choice for the Crucible in every play format. And it's supported because Bladedancers are fucking insane. Now, there's also good honorable mention of the Hunter and the other Hunter, because in teams, this is great. Because if you have a few people with you, firing off a shot, hiding, and just sweeping the enemy is amazing. Or Golden Gun. Just Golden Gun. Shoot, die, shoot, die, shoot, it dies, shoot, it dies. 4 shots, yeah, it's just good. But it doesn't really make up for the fact that you have an invisible one-hit kill that's basically 10 or 20 seconds of invincibility. Because if you have it so that you're regenerating health, which is what the Hungering Blade does, it just tears through your enemies. They cannot do enough damage. And just using the attack itself will dodge you out of the way. So if you're doing a zigzag pattern, chances are nobody could adjust their aim fast enough to hit you. If the first shot hits, the second one will definitely be off. Just don't run directly at someone. That always works out badly, because then they can line up a shot, and a shotgun can go through your armor, especially if there's more people around. But if you're doing a zigzag attack pattern, yeah, they're not going to hit you. You're going to hit them. You're going to hit them fast. And if there's anyone next to them, they're going to have to kill you again from the start, because you're going to have regenerated your health off killing them. It's bullshit. And it's just so freaking fast, and you can still blink. Not to mention, there's actually a considerable homing effect in Arcblade, and that's, as long as you have it in a general direction, it'll actually take you further and up if they're jumping to match them so you can kill them. It's stupid good, and that just works. They are by far the best class to use if you want to completely tear through your enemies every time. So yeah, that's everyone. Again, that would be the Stryker Titan, specifically a Skating Titan with Unstoppable Fist of Havoc. The Giant Explosion Scatter Grenade for Nova Bomb Voidwalkers. Or not Scatter Grenade, they're nice, but I prefer Axion Bolts because of the tracking. And realistically any Hunter, but specifically the motherfucking Bladedancer is #1. All the same, hope you guys enjoyed. There shouldn't be any more surprises in the term for, well, what's left of year 2. And I'll see you guys in year 3 when Rise of Iron comes out. God, I am looking forward to this. It's so freaking awesome looking already. And there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming out, and I'm really stoked. And all the same, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Oh, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want, you can find me at Twitter at Mike43537. I've been on there actually pretty often recently, so yeah, you can probably get a hold of me if you want. Yeah. Adios.